Hi, this is Dylan Wilkerson.
And Erica Blevins.
And we are the betrothed couple. I think that's how you pronounce it. And we are doing a podcast here about Toasty Buns. Only Toasty Buns, nothing else but Toasty Buns.
Ow! Toasty Buns!
Best Toasty Buns right now, McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King.
McDonald's.
Unless it's the filet of fish. Their buns are like a whole different level.
The filet of fish is kind of eh.
I love the filet of fish.
Okay, so anyways, this is a new podcast. If you know me from my first channel, Dylan Wilkerson, where we do crazy stuff and everything like that, and if you know Erica from nothing, because she has been in none of our videos until now, where we are starting a podcast, and I'm staring her deeply in the eyes as we sit right across from each other, so we get good crisp audio, where I'm not as close up to the mic as my other podcast. Anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. We are going to start off with a fun challenge. We are going to do a Bean Boozled challenge, as you can hear. It moves around, and it's the dare to compare thing where you just do the you push it down, pop up, and it just shoots out at you. And I don't like the choices already. We're going to do it again.
Eat it.
Nope. That's not the rules. No, the rules are I get blue all the time. Only blue.
No.
I want to at least just start off with the good flavors this couple times. I'm getting all the ones I hate. Okay.
But you're eventually gonna have to eat the ones that you hate. Or you just gonna throw them away.
That's for Davis and Gavin. Okay, we got one blue. I'm just kidding. No.
My blue.
No, we're not doing blue. Okay.
Oh.
I'm very picky. Okay, this is the one we're gonna do. Ready? Let me do it again.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we got two, and they look like they look like the same thing. Not one's lighter.
No, they're different.
Okay,
one's
so
more orange.
I think this one's the Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti, and this one might be
Barf or peach.
No, that's a different color. I think this is Dead Fish or Strawberry Banana Smoothie. So you want to either
this one. I don't want to get no dead fish.
Oh, I've gotten dead fish before, and it sticks in your mouth. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open up my Mountain Dew 2-liter right here. Let's get that sound for the ASMR people. Oh, that sounds nice in the headphones. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, we're gonna start this in 3, 2.
Wait. It's dirty socks or what?
Tutti Frutti.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. I'll write it.
Is it fish?
Yep, dead fish right off the bat.
Guess what?
Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
I hate you. That's gonna be in my mouth the rest of the night. See, some of them you can just tell right off the bat, like canned dog food. As soon as you bite into that, you just taste it. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. I'm gonna eat an Altoid. Okay. Honestly, this is just another excuse for me to make noises on the microphone. I got a new microphone. It's a Blue Yeti.
Blue Yeti. But it's black.
Well, it's called a Yeti, but the brand is a blue. But it's all right.
But it's black.
I'm gonna be using it for more stuff, like in my next album and crud.
But it's black.
But the mic series is blue.
But it's not.
Okay, we're gonna just go ahead off of this tapping. Pass it. Okay. I'm gonna say just turn away from the mic so they can't hear me that well. But anyways, first topic of today is that the bees. Yeah, sure. Star Wars Land opened up in Disneyland.
Oh, how did I know you were gonna come up with that topic?
Okay, Star Wars Land opened up in Disneyland May 30th, and I don't know if you've seen anything from it.
Me?
Yeah.
I have seen a couple little things.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna pull it up, but anyways, let me pull my keyboard over here. Anyways, yeah, so Star Wars Land takes place on this don't know if it's a planet or something like that. But anyways, this is hard to type. Well, that's the guy. Basically, it's called. It's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and it's in Disneyland open right now. It's gonna open up in August and in Disney World. And I can't remember the place. I think it's called Batu is the place that it's at. And basically, there's gonna be 2 rides right now, but the only one open is Smuggler's Run, and that's you are controlling the Millennium Falcon in the cockpit. Anyway, but you have 2 pilots, gunners, and engineers, and you're trying to get to stuff from like some other ships, and you're trying to basically it's like a game, but also like a ride. It's like a motion simulator, and you control the stuff in it, and people shoot, and it looks pretty cool. But yeah, this the first picture they actually like released for Star Wars Land was the Millennium Falcon, and everyone's like, that is not what it's gonna look like on opening day. I keep turning away from the mic, so it's kind of like ooh. Yeah, people are like, this is not what it's gonna look like, and then someone edited the photo where it's like a bunch of people everywhere, and I said, yeah. But I watched like early people that got early access into the ride area, and it was just nice and empty. It looked really nice and very, very.
Disney is wonderful when there's
very
not
detailed.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wonderful in general, but it's amazing when there's not a lot of people.
What are we talking about? Oh, I mean, that's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like that daughter and the dad running to the ship, and there's no one there.
Absolutely not anybody there.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely looks like that. 100% looks like that.
Yes.
This is like an overall view of what it looks like.
No, that's neat.
It's a pretty decent sized land, and how much like they go into detail with like actually putting mountains and stuff in the way.
Yeah, Disney's really good about that kind of stuff, like their mountains and stuff, and it's not like your fake mountain.
Yeah.
It literally looks like a mountain.
But really, it's just a hollow piece of thing that can blow away from a hurricane.
Pretty much. Well, no, they make it.
Well, yeah, I know it's just being a joke, but you know, I can be funny, you know.
No, you can't.
Oh, what?
I'm kidding.
Welcome to the podcast where my fiance hates on me. That's the real reason she wanted to do it for me. She can tell you all how I'm like. You hear my seat.
Stop moving.
Okay. Yeah, it's an overview of the land. I need to like kind of just not talk without leaving the mic. Ah, crap! Drop my keyboard. Okay. Erica.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about that's exciting when I pull up a next topic?
That's exciting?
I don't know. Excited? Something new? I don't know. Something you heard of.
Something I heard of?
Yeah, something like you haven't told me yet today. Wow, very exciting.
I know. I do a lot. A ton. I'm the most exciting person you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
So we're going to Disney.
Wow, looks like we weren't going to jump onto that topic at a point in time this podcast. Yeah, we're going to go to Disney World in December. Okay, I'm pulling that up a little bit later. Oh, crap, I just saw something and I don't even want to look at that. Okay, anyways, yeah, we're going to go to Disney and World, but we're just going in there visit and stop by. And it's going to be my first time going to Disney.
Yippee, this would be my 28th. 28th?
You've almost been there as like double the times of how old you are.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky.
There was a while they were going like twice a year.
Whoa, excuse me.
Wow. Classy.
Yeah. Okay. So next, this podcast is the more purpose of me introducing Erica into the YouTube / world, and the easiest way I thought I could do it was through podcast. Because it's not like heavily like you need to be like acting and do all this crap and like how me and Gavin and Davis do it. We're like left and right pulling out stuff. But but right now the videos that we're doing, we're just doing like we're being us and just doing challenges for a little bit. But our skits and all that stuff take a lot of time, and we definitely don't have that time to do it here.
No.
Anyway.
Dylan doesn't think that I'm technologically advanced enough for this world, so he's trying to push me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the next topic, and that's gonna be upcoming movies. Yay.
Upcoming movies.
Yeah, and what Erica knows about some original movies, but probably not because she hasn't
Not
seen
a
a lot of
lot.
movies. Anyways, so we're gonna start out with what the heck is this? Playmobil, the movie. Oh, okay, yeah. Do you know what Playmobil is?
No.
Okay, so they're like toys. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. It's basically another toy movie. It's profiting
Like a
off of...
knockoff Toy Story?
No, it's not knockoff. I don't think it's knockoff Toy Story. It's just like they're toys that have like they're like
They
off,
come to life.
they're off-brand
And
Legos.
they go on an adventure.
They're off-brand Legos, but like not blocky like Legos.
So it's like the knockoff brand of Lego movie. Mixed with a little bit of Toy Story.
Yeah, I don't think it has any Toy Story essence. Let me read you the description. Okay. A young woman travels to the animated world of Playmobil to find her missing young brother, Charlie, in order to bring him home, but she must embark on a thrilling adventure. That is a very bad description.
Toys that go on an adventure.
Okay, we can stop. Toy Story 4, the great transition for this.
Because we definitely needed yet another Toy Story movie.
I'm gonna say this: they have not done it wrong.
Yet another
But
Toy Story.
they're not all of them bad. I mean, some of them I don't feel like as much as the other, but you can't say like it's not horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
Toy Story.
But how many movies can you make about Buzz Lightyear and the cowboy?
I don't know. Ask them how many Land Before Times they can make.
That is a completely different story. Okay. Dinosaurs.
Okay. Anyway.
Dinosaurs that teach you valuable lessons.
Oh my gosh! And sing along the way too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
And directed by Steven Spielberg too.
Duh.
Okay. Anyways, if you can't tell, Erica really doesn't care for Toy Story.
No.
But the first one was really good.
Yeah, I like that one.
That one makes you laugh till this day.
Yeah.
Mrs. Nesbitt and all those funny jokes that you still get and everything. Toy Story 2 was... Toy Story 2 was a really good sequel to follow up Toy Story 1. You got the best...
I was not disappointed by the sequel. But then 3 and 4 and probably 5 and 6 and 7.
No.
Just,
You gotta realize that Tom Hanks and Tim Allen... are only doing this. I think this is the last one. But anyways,
we all thought the other one was gonna be the
oh
last.
my god. Okay.
And then they brought in a spork.
Anyways, Toy Story 3 came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, like, let's go see this." And I saw it, and I was like, "Okay, I see what they're doing here. Like, every kid has to give a toy. That's why it's such a good sequel to the Toy Story 1 and 2, is because
they're just egging it on."
No, because
they're just egging
honestly, they could have ended.
Andy grew up and they could have ended it, but no, they had to give it to another kid.
They could have ended it after Toy Story 3, but everyone knew after Toy Story 3 came out, they're gonna come out with Toy Story 4. They got.
Well, yeah, because they had that whole scene where I gave up my toys to this kid.
Well, that's the thing. Is
now we gotta go through this next kid until she goes to college.
Well, that's what you're thinking. Like, what happens? Like, what happens when we get rid of toys? We get rid of them and donate to Goodwill, or sometimes they don't. They don't end up getting one anywhere. But this is like, they all get to go somewhere. It's happy ending, everything like that. It was die in a furnace. You got lots of Hug and Bear on a garbage truck. You have a little funny Sid cameo when he's the garbage man. Yeah.
Took me forever to realize that was Sid.
I didn't catch it at first, but then I did. I was like, that is hilarious.
I had to see a couple of memes before I believed it.
Okay, next movie, Child's Play. I don't think you've seen any of the Chucky movies.
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
The first, well, they're called Child's Play, but anyways, they're redoing the Child's Play movies with Mark Hamill, and that's the guy who plays Luke Skywalker.
Right, but why are we redoing all of these movies?
That's okay. That's a good point. I have an argument against this too. Why are they redoing it when they're still making new ones with the old characters? They just made one last year called Chucky, which was a really good horror movie. And then they came up with this, and everyone got mad because the ones that they're doing right now are becoming better than like the last couple ones they did. The Bride of Chucky and the Seed of Chucky, which were horrible.
Right, but I feel like the film industry is running out of ideas because now all of a sudden we're remaking this and remaking that and this one and that one. And it's like, they were fine the first time.
Okay, yes and no. Some movies that got remade definitely didn't remake, but some, it was like, we didn't have the technology back then, but it was such a good movie, and like the remakes, like, were good.
Like, I mean, it's like 80s horror films. They suck, but they're good because, it's the 80s.
But did you think how the new Halloween was bad?
I don't remember it. Did I watch it with you?
Yeah. Remember the guy got his head crushed, and you're like, ew.
Oh, yeah, that was gross.
I didn't think that was bad for doing something, but that wasn't like a remake. That was a continuation.
Yes. A continuation is different than a remake. If you're going to take this movie and do the exact same thing with it, but with different voices...
You tap on that, not on this.
Why?
Because it picks it up on the mic.
Does that get picked up?
Yeah, but not as bad. It sounds like someone's knocking on the mic every 5 seconds.
Oh. Anyway. I forgot what my point was.
I get what you mean. I understand that
because I don't remember what I meant.
But like, I mean, yeah, they came up with the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and then they came up with the Friday the 13th remake, and they're all right, but they weren't the best. And I still need to get you to watch Nightmare on Elm Street because those are really good horror movies. But anyways, next movie. I don't know these two. You haven't seen that. Spider-Man, Far From Home.
They're just doing too much with Spider-Man right now.
Okay. I understand everyone's hatred and like...
No, I like Spider-Man. I like the Spider-Man movies and they're not bad, but like, why do we have to have so many different versions of the same superhero?
I don't know exactly.
And what happened to the middle guy?
Okay,
there was like one movie with that guy in it.
Okay. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
He had 2 movies, first off.
Did he?
Yeah, they had 2. Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Those were more based off the comics.
I have still not seen those.
As in the first ones that came out, the first 3.
Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, with Tobey Maguire, where he had like the webs inside him and all that kind of stuff. That was a little far-fetched, but I mean, they were still okay, except for the third one was kind of iffy with the, emo Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Into the Spider-Verse wrapped it all in. Because they confirmed it's multiple universes. That's where Spider-Gwen and then Peter B. Parker and all these Peter Porker. That was stupid. It was a good movie.
It was a good child's movie.
Anyways, it wrapped it all in, telling you there's more Spider-Mans out there, but this one right here, the Spider-Man Far From Home, the Tom Holland, he's our Spider-Man. Those other two were... I
don't know. Honestly, I know a lot of people don't like this new Spider-Man, but I kind of do.
I don't hear a lot of hate him towards I hear more hatred towards Andrew Garfield than anything else. And everyone makes fun of Tobey Maguire because he's Tobey McCryer. Because it's crying and like... Okay, enough with that. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure
but he was the perfect person to play the emo Spider-Man. With the whole timidness and everything.
Oh yeah, the cringy snapping. As anyone who listened to this cringed. Okay, next movie. Okay.
Live action Lion King.
Yes, the live action Lion King.
Oof.
How do you feel about watching Mufasa die in ultra clear HD?
I feel like I'm gonna cry so much harder than I did during the cartoons.
I didn't cry during the cartoon.
I did. That was such a touching scene. Like, Dad, wake up. Scar's up there like, I killed him.
No, he's coming down. He's like, you killed your father. You need to run. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah.
Always blame it on the kid.
Well, since we're on Disney topic of remakes, Aladdin, how do you think that's gonna go?
I feel like if they wouldn't have named it Aladdin, it might go better than that.
This isn't Aladdin. This is Arabian Nights. Movie.
Yeah. I don't know. Some dude told me that he didn't expect it to have so much singing in it, and I'm like, it's Disney.
Okay, so what I heard was the first half an hour of the movie sucked, and then once it got to A Friend Like Me, the movie just picked up and was a lot better. which sucks because was it One Jump, the beginning song, or Arabian Nights were like the two best songs out of the whole movie. I'm just saying, because I mean, you got the Arabian Nights with Robin Williams singing in this accent. It's just so nice, and you got this huge action scene where you see a lot of jumping from here and there singing. It's really good. But then also Prince Ali, listen to that. It's slower than the original version.
I would have to see the scene to really judge it because maybe it fits the scene.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I heard that Will Smith does a little bit here and there, like a little bit of a speed singing, like rapping, because everyone's like, "Is Will Smith gonna rap?" You know, because he rapped and stuff with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay. Ironic.
Next movie. I don't know if we can do Hobbs and Shaw because you've only seen a couple Fast and the Furious movies.
Yep. Like the first 3?
Yeah. Well, first 3. Oh, excuse me.
Classy. Let's talk about how classy you are.
I am very classy.
Says the guy who just burped into the mic.
Okay, closer next time. Okay. We haven't seen any of the Rambo movies, neither have I. I don't know why this stops there without movies, but okay. I don't know what else to go from here. Yeah, I really don't know where we're gonna go for movies from here. That's why I think people need to start taking more books and making them the movies. But a lot of books don't leave a lot of creativity for movies. Cause you're kind of like, oh, it's a good book, but like putting that to movie, you're like, I don't know how you would do that without ruining the book.
You mean like Twilight? Well, actually, the movies of Twilight were a heck of a lot better than the book. Like, good lord, can you put any more detail on those pages?
I've only seen the movies. I've never read the book. Don't.
I mean, the movies were but going from the movies to reading the book, like 99.99% of that book was unnecessary. There was far too much detail about stupid stuff, and then like big things that happened, it was like, yeah, so this happened, and then move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was new movies coming up, and I don't really know if we're gonna have that for a little bit, but anyways, movies to be watched. We have a whole list of movies to be watched. You do have The Wolf of Wall Street.
336 movies.
Yeah.
We own 336 movies.
Almost enough to watch one each day of the year.
Yeah, we're getting there.
But that's one movie I want to watch. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I remember I made you pick it up for me one time because I've been wanting to see it.
Yeah. Well, there's this podcast that they called Impulsive with the YouTuber Logan Paul, and they had the actual guy who was the Wolf of Wall Street on there. What?
Really?
Yeah.
That's neat.
His name is Jason Jefferson Dobrik, but anyways, yeah, he came on there and was talking about how he's changed to a different person now and all this kind of stuff, and told some gross stories about what they couldn't put in the movie and stuff like that. I wish I could tell this story. I'll tell you it after the podcast. But anyways, it's a really gross story. I gotta tell you that I've heard. It's kind of gross. Okay. Yeah. So we saw Avengers Endgame together. I mean, okay, we're kind of jumping into like the main topics of the first podcast going. But if you guys have not seen Avengers Endgame yet, it's been the Russo brothers, the directors, told everyone that it's okay now to release spoilers with memes and stuff right now. No, they didn't.
We have the official okay.
Well, yeah, because everyone was like, don't spoil it for people and all this kind of stuff, and that was the big meme at the time. Now everyone's like, here's this.
Oh yeah, those like spoilers without spoiling.
Yeah, the spoilers without context.
Cracked me up. I was just like, oh my god, that's perfect.
Okay, so what did you think of Endgame?
I thought it was really good. It was a wonderful way to tie things together and yeah.
Favorite character in the movie?
Oh no. Oh man.
I have two I'm battling in my head right now.
I mean, I've always got a soft spot for Iron Man just because he's a jerk. And he makes me laugh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Iron Man.
I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna go with Captain America.
Yeah.
Because it was either Captain America or Thor, but everyone's picking Thor.
Of course, the beginning of that was beautiful. How they made Thor fat.
Yeah.
Worthless and fat. Okay, America.
It wasn't they. I think when they pitched Fat Thor to Chris Hemsworth, and he was like totally on board with it.
Dude, I would be too. He played that like, ooh, perfect.
He's like, I don't have to work out, keep myself figured. He's like, yes.
Until,
Also, yeah, that's also a movie coming out. The Men in Black International movie that's coming out soon.
Oh.
It looks a little interesting, but Men in Black 3 was like
it's like Toy Story. It's just getting to be a little much there.
Full circle on this again. Favorite line from the movie. Let me do it. You don't know what's going through my body. Cheese whiz.
Me too.
You got man, Cap, those pants are doing nothing for your butt. Man, that's America's butt. And he knocks him out. He goes, that is America's butt.
There's a good bit of comedy in that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the Marvel topic, who is your all-time favorite Marvel superhero?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yes. My all-time favorite is Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I mean, he's aight.
He's aight. Who's your favorite?
Aight.
Who's your all-time favorite Marvel character?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay.
Iron Man.
I can't argue with that because I could see any point you would put at me. There's nothing I can really say.
You can't say anything because Iron Man.
Yeah. Gavin's is Hulk.
Eh.
Gavin's has always liked the Hulk.
I mean, I haven't read his comics, so is there comics for him? Yeah.
No, he was just made up. He was just made up for the movie. That's it. It's his baby. Yeah. Okay. Switch over. DC.
Batman. I lied to Batman.
Okay, I know, but which Batman?
Mm-hmm.
You got.
No, I don't know names.
You got Michael Keaton, who played in Batman Returns.
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins, like the Dark Knight series.
Yes.
Christian Bale.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I'll give you that. Christian Bale did a really good Batman after Val Kilmer and George Clooney, which were two horrible movies, but they're kind of witty. My favorite is Michael Keaton from the original two, directed by Tim Burton. My favorite Batman movie is Batman Returns with Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Danny DeVito. Best Batman movie ever. It has
pretty much only because you like Danny DeVito very much.
Not because of Danny DeVito. It has Christopher Walken in it too. It's just a really good movie. I'm pretty ssure when that came out, not everyone was like, oh, it's all like feely and touchy, but it's like a really deep movie because you have to have the Penguin who's actually mad at his parents for rejecting him, and now he lives in the sewers, and he comes out and he's trying to take over, but he's playing a bad guy and a good guy side to side. And then Batman's going through all this crap from like the first movie with the Joker and everything, and he's trying to deal with that and this, and then you get Michelle Pfeiffer, who is Catwoman, who's like this person who's in love with Bruce Wayne, doesn't know he's Batman, and then you have the huge scene at the end and all this kind of stuff, and it's just a perfect end, a perfect movie, and then they didn't have him in the rest of the movies, which I would have been fine if they would have just been Batman and Batman Returns, and that's it, and then the Christian Bale series come out.
But of course they can't,
Yeah, I know. But anyways, favorite Batman villain. Joker's a different topic. Okay, but anyone but Joker, who's your favorite?
I'm gonna have to go with Scarecrow.
Scarecrow? I would have to go with. I don't want to go with Bane because when that one came out, Dark Knight Rises, I think it was, or Returns, one of the two. I don't know. But anyways, but when that came out, everyone was like, "Oh, he's so like better than like the old, like the toxic Mexican Bane." Oh, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
But like, and then he had a deep black voice that sounds like this.
His voice cracked me up because he was like this gigantic buff dude, tougher than snot, and then he had like an old man voice. Sound like something that should like be the voice of Monopoly.
Do not pass go.
Exactly.
Oh, crap! I need a Pringles can or something. Here, I'll use this cup.
You don't have it.
I was born in that darkness. That's it. That's basically everyone can do it after that.
I mean, yeah.
Born in the darkness, blinded by it. I didn't see the light till I was nearly a man. Yeah. It wasn't bad, but like, I mean.
No, but it cracked me up.
Favorite has to be Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Because Jim Carrey is a funny guy, and he truly is who he is.
Yeah.
Because he's just. I want to watch. There's that documentary where it's Jim and Andy, and it's about Jim Carrey, who was playing this character for like a show. I don't remember a show or a movie about that, but he gets too deep into the character, and he becomes the character. And like they would cut, but he wouldn't switch out his persona and keep going, being this huge just jerk and this character to everyone, and they're all just like. It's basically like it's on Netflix. Mom said it was a really good documentary and everything like that.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if he stuck in his Ace Ventura personality.
Alrighty then. those movies are something else.
I mean, when anybody brings up Jim Carrey, that's the very first thing that comes to my head.
When they bring up Jim Carrey, every movie's just like boom, right in my head.
Yeah.
Favorite Jim Carrey movie?
I don't know if I could pick one. I'm gonna have to go with Ace Ventura. I mean, that was the first Jim Carrey movie that I ever remember watching. And shaped my life forever. I mean, it really did. Okay, yours?
Wait, we all made up with her. She is not a she. She's a man. And they all start spitting, and he has that huge wad of gum with him. He's like, have a piece of gum. I'm all out. And he takes it out in his top of his car. The second one was really good too.
Yeah.
Where he's climbing out the rhino.
Yeah.
I've never sat through all of them and watched them all the way through, but they're really good movies.
Oh yeah.
From parts I've seen.
The rhino's got to be the best part.
My favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Yeah.
That's just a hard one to do.
I know.
Because I love The Truman Show, because that's such a great, serious role for him, where he's like, but he's also like this witty person that's like freaking out when he's doing it so good.
Yeah.
But also you have The Mask, yeah, or Liar Liar. Which I think is hilarious because like how he pulls all that stuff off, where he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell this pen is blue, and he goes to say it's green. He goes, the pen is blue. And he's trying to write it, and he goes, ah! And he puts it in his blue all over his face. It's just funny. He goes, or the elevator scene where he's like, oh, it's because you have nice breasts. Oh, I mean, your boobs are hardened. Or I want to squeeze them. Mommy. All right. Well, enough with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Let's go to Robin Williams. We're just talking out all stuff right now, but
Robin Williams, Miss Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yep. I'm just gonna answer your question right now. It's Miss Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That's I mean, I like Mrs. Doubtfire. It's funny, hilarious, but before we get into the movies,
or Birdcage.
Okay, before we get into the movies, yeah, but like everyone was like going into deep. Sorry, but going into deep, like, oh, people love Robin Williams because he's a comedian, but they only love the comedian part of him. They didn't know the real him. I said, no, I think everyone loves the real him, too, but no one knew him because he persona the comedian him all the time because that's what everyone wanted to see.
Right.
And then he ended up...
What was that one movie where he wasn't a comedian? Dead Poet Society. That was an excellent movie.
That's one on top of my favorite movies.
Yeah, but he wasn't funny, but he played
he was a very serious character.
Good.
And he wasn't the main character, but he was like a leader, and then you see all this stuff, and I'm like, that's just, I mean, everyone's like, it's such a bad movie. The kid killed himself because he couldn't be in a play. I said, but that's not the point why he killed himself. The point was his dad was controlling his life, and he's like, I am never gonna get out of this and as long as I live, my dad would be controlling my life 100% all the time.
Right.
Because he was like, he even fought with his dad. He's like, I can't do this, and then he shot himself in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, okay, so favorite Robin Williams movie, gotta be Hook.
That one was a good one.
Hook was my favorite movie as a kid. It's such a twist on Peter Pan and everything like that. It's just so good.
I like the Peter Pan, any of them.
Yeah.
Peter Pan movies.
It was just so good, and then it's like he's the full-grown adult, forgot. He's gotta like remember and all this kind of stuff.
That's one thing I would not mind another remake on, because there's so much like you can do with that. It's not confined.
The guy who played Rufio in that movie.
Yeah.
He made a YouTube short called Bangarang, and it's about like, I think it was this kid who had a real wild imagination and stuff like that, and this kid is picking on him, and he was like, "Oh, I can fly," and all this good stuff. And then I don't remember exactly, but I watched it when it came out, and it was just like a little side thing from Hook. Just it was about I think an origin story of that guy Rufio, and how he like went to Neverland, like how he got there. And the guy who played him cameoed it as like a principal and everything. Yeah. And it was like telling him it was a really good short for like something that like someone's made on the side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. I think this is where we're probably gonna end it right here.
Yeah, seems pretty good to me.
So, if you guys like this podcast is going to go up on my main channel and our second channel. I want to get the second channel going. But if you watch this on my main channel, head over to the second channel. It's either going to be under Weekly Gaming or Toasty Buns, one or the other. I might change it to like my second channel, and we might do something different with Erica in video form. But as of right now, it's just gonna be the podcast going up on there. I'm gonna get rid of my rest of the videos on there because they have like no views. But if you're on my main channel, Don't Send, you can go down to the second channel. It'll be a link in the description of this episode. We would try to be doing every podcast out on every Saturday night. We're gonna record it during the week, and then Saturday night we'll hand it out. It will be on Spotify and all those other platforms that my other podcast is on. It's later on in time. It's just not gonna be first, like with how it was with 1010. I'm running 1010 podcast right now with Gavin, and we're a little on the slow side. We have a Avengers Endgame review that needs edited and uploaded, and that's our 7th or 6th podcast that's gonna go up. I have to take the 5th podcast and put it onto our on Spotify and all those other ones. But as of right now, we're just kind of I don't know, just kind of behind, and we don't have a lot of stuff to talk about because I mean it's summer and doing this and that. I have a new video coming out very soon, which is going to be I Dare You episode 2. Episode 1 is on Gavin's channel. Episode 2 is going to be on mine, and then Gavin has Parkour episode 1 on his channel. I have Parkour Skate Park on my channel. Just a little back and forth between our channels. Darius will have no videos, sadly enough, because he doesn't want to shoot anything. But anyways, any closing thoughts, Erica? I don't know how we're gonna end this because.
Don't forget to toast your buns.
Don't forget to toast your buns. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible way to end this. I'm just gonna veto that right now. Just don't forget to toast. toast your buns. We could just end it saying, don't put your toaster in the bathtub.
There you go.
No, okay.
Always
Anyways.
remember, kids, don't toast your buns in the bathtub.
Anyways, I'm gonna clear it off by I'm gonna sign off. Erica's gonna sign off, and then probably eventually we're gonna have a saying to say at the end of it. But anyways, I'm Dylan Wilkinson,
And I'm Erica Blevins.
and this has been the Toasty Buns podcast.
Yep.
Don't over toast your buns.